If I was like, let's say I weighed like 130 pounds and I wanted to put on weight, this is the exact blueprint that I would follow. If you've been spending hours in the gym trying to put on some really good lean muscle, build up that body mass, but you aren't seeing the results that you want, then stick around, because by the end of this video, I will be breaking down the exact blueprint that you can follow to go from skinny to super buff. What's going on, you guys? My name is Alec. I'm a health and exercise scientist here. And I've been asked many times what you can do to not only just lose weight, but also gain some weight. Because there's a lot of people out there that not only struggle with just burning fat, there's people that also struggle with building muscle, putting on some mass. And the thing that's really, really cool, so not only did I go through my own journey of being really overweight to then getting thin, but I've also struggled a little bit with like, okay, how can I put on weight without just getting fat again? And the thing that's cool is the methods of going from fat to thin is very much true when it comes to going from thin to putting on weight. Now, you're not going to do the same exact things, you're just going to do the opposite. So what I'm going to do is break down what are the things that you got to do. That way you can just, if you got everything that you need from what I said, cool, hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, and then go do it. But if you also want to know why I'm breaking down these things, then that's what the rest of this video is going to be about. So the first thing that you got to do, you got to know what your BMR is. That's your basal metabolic rate. You can literally just go on YouTube, type in basal metabolic rate calculator, find out what that number is. And then once you have that number, the second step is you're going to add 300 calories to that number. When you combine both of these things, what you'll have, daily caloric limit. That means you do not go under that number in terms of the foods that you are eating. The third step is do not work out for more than 45 minutes. You want to keep your workouts less than 45 minutes. And when you're doing your workouts, the fourth step is you want to do compound lifts. You're going to be doing exercises that hit your major muscle groups. Hey, real quick, as a side note, I forgot to include this in the 4-step breakdown, but you also really want to make sure that you're eating enough protein. Quick way to do this is you take your body weight or your desired body weight, multiply that by 1.2, and that's the amount of grams of protein you should be eating every single day. All right, back to the video. So these are the 4 steps that you need to follow. And now, if you're interested and you want to know like why I'm saying these things, that's where I'm going to start explaining this. So for the first step, I talked about the BMR, your basal metabolic rate. Essentially what this is, it's how much calories your body is burning naturally just to stay alive. So imagine here, this line is your BMR. Now, people who struggle with losing weight, they're typically up here. They're eating more than what their body is naturally burning. And then let's say you're the type of person that's struggling to put on weight. Typically, it's because you're down here. You're eating calories that are below your BMR. So if you want to put on weight, the first thing you got to do is you got to raise the amount of calories you're eating and at least eat your BMR. That way you're not losing weight, you're at least maintaining your weight. And then of course, if you want to lose weight, you drop it down and you just get to that BMR level. So this is where a lot of people mess up, is they're not even at this mid-gram. And then for the second step, adding 300 calories to it, what that does is bumps you from getting to maintenance to then getting slightly above it. Now you're starting to put on weight. And you might be thinking, Alec, 300 calories, just adding 300, that's going to make a big difference? What is that, like a granola bar? An extra protein shake? The answer is yes. Yeah, it's supposed to be easy. Because the main struggle here is not the extra 300 calories. It's going to be getting to the BMR level. And then doing the 300 on top of that, that's where all the progress is going to happen. That's where the change is going to happen. But you first got to get here. You got to get to the BMR and then add 300 on top of that. And the thing that's pretty cool is, let's say over a period of 10 days of just eating 300 calories more every single day, that's 3,000 calories, 3,000 additional calories, which is almost an extra day of eating. So let's say if your BMR is like 2,000 and you're eating 2,300, you basically just got more than an extra day's worth of calories in within 10 days. And then extrapolate that out over an entire month, now you're looking at 9,000 extra calories in your diet. And when you break down the math like that, it kind of makes sense why maybe you've been struggling to put on a little bit of weight. So now you've got your BMR, you know why it's important to get to your BMR, you've added 300 calories, and you know why it's important to have the extra 300 calories. That's where you're going to actually start putting on the weight. And then the next step is to keep your workouts less than 45 minutes. This is important because I've had family friends come up to me and they'd be like, dude, I'm really trying hard in the gym. I'm doing all the exercises. I'm doing the proper form. I'm doing the proper lifts. I'm in the gym for like 2 hours a day and I just can't put on weight. And it's like, dude, 2 hours? Don't do anything more than 45 minutes. And it's like, no, I need to go ham in the gym to get crazy results. And it's like, maybe if you're trying to lose weight, even if you're trying to lose weight though, I don't recommend spending 2 hours in the gym. But if you're spending 2 hours in the gym, imagine the amount of calories that you're burning. So going back to this example here, so let's say, you are at this point, you're at the BMR, you added 300 extra calories, and then you go into the gym and you work out for 2 hours. What's that going to do? It's going to raise your BMR to a significantly higher level. Because let's say in that 2 hour time span, you just burned 1,500 calories. If you're naturally going to be burning 2,000 calories, because that's what your BMR is, and then you're in the gym burning an additional 1,500 calories, you now go from burning 2,000 calories a day all the way up to 3,500 calories a day, which means you got to eat way more to get back to that baseline, and then even more on top of it to start putting on weight. So when you're in the gym for all that time, all it's doing is making it harder for you to eat above the amount of calories that you're burning off. Because if you're burning off more than you're eating, you're not gonna gain weight. But if you're trying to lose weight, then obviously you want to burn more than you're taking in. But in this instance, no. To go in, get a very quick, precise workout in, and try to burn as few calories as you can. I'd even recommend totally avoiding things like cardio or like any type of like endurance training, because all that's going to do is just cause your body to just shed weight. And you don't want to do that. So by keeping the exercises less than 45 minutes, not only are you hitting those spikes in growth hormone release and testosterone release, but you're also mitigating the amount of calories that you're burning. So you'll see, you'll get better workouts in just by keeping them shorter, and you'll have more time in the day to eat food. So when you are exercising for those 45 minutes, what should you do? What kind of exercises? Well, I'd recommend sticking with compound movements, compound exercises, which essentially it's exercises where you're hitting the major muscle groups. So it's going to be bench press, lat pull downs, maybe a little bit of military press, squats, calf raises, deadlifts, like literally just those exercises. You could devote entire days to just that movement. And it's like, well, Alec, no, hold on. You can't do just an entire chest day where you're only doing bench press. Like, says who? Yeah, you can. I have entire days where I've switched my leg workouts to just leg presses, and I've been getting phenomenal results. My quads have been getting way more defined. They've been getting bigger, more muscular, and I literally just do like 5 sets of 20 on the leg press machine. So for your exercises, like I'll put a link to one of my other videos talking about a bit about like body recomposition, how to get like the desired physique that you want. But for example, like for your chest day, literally I'd say just incline bench. Do like 5 sets of like 16 reps, and you could hit a little bit of abs in between, make it like a superset. Boom, you hit chest, do a little bit of abs. Or you could do a thing where it's a superset where you do 5 sets of incline bench, and then you go right into chest flies, and then you go right back to the incline press, right into the flies, and you just repeat that 5 times, and that would be your chest day. Same thing for working out your back. I'd recommend doing a wide grip lat pull down. The reason why is because it'll build out kind of like that broader frame, which is going to make you look larger without you necessarily needing to be larger. So for example, I'm over here, boom, I'm like 175, and I'll be standing next to guys who literally weigh like 205 that don't look as muscular as I do, because I've been hitting specific muscle groups like my lats to get a little bit of a broader back going. I hit the lateral delt to get like broader shoulders. And I do a lot of incline bench press to kind of fill out my chest up here a little bit more. So you can work out muscles in specific ways to give the illusion that you're bigger than you actually are, which just makes things much easier because you don't got to take any type of performance enhancers. Again, I'll post that. I got the associated video linked here as well. So That's basically the blueprint. You know, if I was like, let's say I weighed like 130 pounds and I wanted to put on weight, this is the exact blueprint that I would follow. So I hope that this video was very informative for you. If you have any questions, if you want more details, comment it down below. I'm trying to make this a very communicative style type of community here. So if you got questions, ask them and I will answer them. So thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.